Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan. Two visionary filmmakers, one lasting cinematic legacy. The art of cinema has been defined and redefined by a handful of auteurs whose work transcends mere storytelling, creating immersive universes that captivate the imagination. When we think of directors who challenge conventions and command the audience's attention through vision and technique, two names emerge as titans: Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan. 1. The audacious American storyteller whose dialogues cut sharper than blades; the other, the meticulous British-American architect of cinematic time and perception. Though their styles and approaches could not be more different, both share an uncompromising dedication to craft, a hypnotic ability to immerse audiences, and a cultural influence that has permanently reshaped modern filmmaking. This detailed comparison examines their narrative approaches, stylistic signatures, thematic concerns, and impact on the industry, maintaining the flow without tabular interruptions. Quentin Tarantino, the maestro of dialogue and genre alchemy. Quentin Jerome Tarantino, born in 1963 in Knoxville, Tennessee, emerged from the underground film scene to become a director whose work is instantly recognizable. Tarantino's films, such as Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, and Kill Bill, combine razor-sharp dialogue, nonlinear storytelling, and a deep reverence for cinematic history. His genius lies in the ability to recontextualize genre, blending crime, revenge, western, and martial arts tropes into a wholly original voice. Tarantino's approach to filmmaking is intensely auteur-driven. He writes almost all of his scripts, crafts intricate character arcs, and often directs scenes with actors multiple times to achieve the perfect rhythm. His dialogue is his signature weapon, combining pop culture references, humor, and tension in ways that reveal character and build anticipation. Scenes like the diner conversation in Pulp Fiction or the opening interrogation in Inglourious Basterds showcase his mastery of suspense and the art of conversation as narrative propulsion. Visually, Tarantino favors bold, kinetic camera work, extreme close-ups, and carefully curated soundtracks that heighten emotion and underscore tone. Violence, in his films, is both aesthetic and narrative. It is stylized, often hyperbolic, and always meaningful to the story. Tarantino's cultural impact is profound. He revived independent filmmaking in the 1990s, influenced a generation of storytellers, and cemented his reputation as a director whose work is as much about audacious style as it is about storytelling. Christopher Nolan, the architect of time and mind. Christopher Nolan, born in 1970 in London, England, is a director whose films interrogate perception, reality, and human consciousness. From Memento to Inception, Interstellar, and the Dark Knight trilogy, Nolan's work is defined by meticulous structure, philosophical undercurrents, and groundbreaking technical innovation. Unlike Tarantino, Nolan's focus is on plotting, narrative complexity, and conceptual audacity rather than dialogue-driven character study. Nolan's cinematic genius lies in his ability to manipulate time and narrative perception. Nonlinear timelines, nested dreams, and parallel realities are central to his storytelling, challenging audiences to actively engage with the film's logic. He collaborates closely with composers, cinematographers, and visual effects teams to create immersive worlds where every frame is a carefully calculated component of the narrative. In Dunkirk, for instance, the interweaving of land, sea, and air timelines creates tension and suspense, while Inception's layered dreamscapes push the boundaries of visual effects and storytelling. Beyond narrative, Nolan's technical mastery is unmatched. He frequently uses practical effects, IMAX cameras, and minimal CGI to create realism and awe. His films often explore existential questions, ethical dilemmas, and the human psyche, inviting viewers not only to watch but to think. Nolan's influence extends to blockbuster filmmaking, demonstrating that intellectual rigor and high-concept storytelling can coexist with commercial success. He has redefined the superhero genre, elevated science fiction, and pushed mainstream cinema toward more ambitious, cerebral experiences. The creative bond and divergence in vision. Both Tarantino and Nolan share an uncompromising commitment to their vision, a meticulous attention to detail, and the ability to captivate audiences worldwide. Both are seen as auteurs who shape every aspect of their films, from scripting to editing to sound design, ensuring a distinctive and cohesive voice. Both also thrive on a deep understanding of cinematic history, whether it is Tarantino's encyclopedic knowledge of grindhouse, westerns, and Asian cinema, or Nolan's command of classical storytelling, psychological thrillers, and sci-fi tradition. The key difference lies in their approach to time, narrative, and emotion. Tarantino emphasizes character, dialogue, and stylistic homage. His films are visceral, energetic, and emotionally immediate. Nolan emphasizes structure, concept, and intellectual immersion. His films are cerebral, complex, and awe-inspiring. Tarantino's audiences are drawn into the spectacle of style and moral chaos. Nolan's audiences are drawn into puzzles of perception and cosmic contemplation. In essence, Tarantino challenges narrative convention through storytelling flair. Nolan challenges the viewer's understanding of reality itself. Both filmmakers have achieved cultural immortality but through contrasting means. Tarantino's legacy is the revitalization of genre cinema, a championing of independent voices, and a celebration of cinematic dialogue as art. Nolan's legacy is the elevation of blockbuster filmmaking to philosophical and technical heights, demonstrating that popular cinema can be intellectually ambitious while visually spectacular. Together, they embody the dual potential of modern filmmaking, one of visceral emotion and stylistic brilliance, the other of intellectual rigor and narrative innovation. Conclusion: two directors, one lasting influence. Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan stand as titans of contemporary cinema, each shaping the art form in distinct but equally profound ways. Both demonstrate that vision, creativity, and mastery of craft can create worlds that endure beyond the screen. Tarantino leaves a legacy of dialogue, stylistic audacity, and genre reinvention. Nolan leaves a legacy of conceptual brilliance, narrative complexity, and technical innovation. Both invite audiences into their universes, whether through the pulse-pounding tension of a Tarantino set piece or the mind-bending labyrinths of a Nolan narrative. If you enjoyed this comparison, don't forget to support the channel. Likes, comments, and subscribing empower the continuation of content like this. Which directors or cinematic visionaries do you think we should compare in the next video?